Smoothie, you might be inclined to add a banana to it. Well, I'm here to tell you that you really screwed things up now. I can't believe you'd be this careless to add a banana of all things. I mean, cyanide, sure, but not a banana. You've got to be kidding me. Believe it or not, I was exaggerating there. But there is some merit to avoiding bananas if you care about your vascular health and cognitive health. Well, some merit, but let's not blow things out of proportion, though. Dr. Rhonda Patrick has a PhD in biomedical science and gets very excitable, and for good reason, about health science. And in a video that she uploaded, she went over why she cut bananas out of her morning smoothie. But let's hear her take.
We were getting a population of people that were overweight and obese and then giving them this freeze-dried blueberry extract. And over the course of 8 weeks, it lowered their DNA damage. So again, it's like it's got anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, aspects to it. Personally, it's like what I notice is like the mood enhancer. It's like I get that blueberry and it's like, whoa. But here's a really important thing. I used to add bananas to my smoothie years and years ago, like 10 years ago or something. And I liked the banana because it was like, it made it more creamy. This is before I started doing the avocado. And it's not that bananas are bad for you, but they have this enzyme in them called polyphenol oxidase, PPO. Well, as the name implies, it breaks down polyphenols, which is what you want from the blueberries to get the benefits in the brain and the benefits. Yeah, exactly. What your mouth, a jaw drop. Yeah, it's like, so there was a very, very recent study in 2023 that came out. And this was a controlled trial where people were given a smoothie with blueberries, either with and without the banana. And then metabolites of polyphenols were measured in their urine and blood. And if they had the banana, their polyphenol levels were just plummeted. Like they weren't getting them from the blueberries. And I'll tell you what's enraging about it, is anywhere you go, if you want to buy a smoothie when you're out and about, everything has a banana in it.
So I was able to find that study, which is here, and the researchers gave the same group of people either a smoothie sans banana or smoothie with banana and measured blood polyphenol levels. I guess I should go over what polyphenols are before we go over the data. Well, these are molecules that come from plants that are believed to improve cardiovascular health as well as cognitive health. The mechanisms of which that we can then discuss sometime, in the future. Well, okay, what the hell? Let's discuss some of them, because I actually haven't seen some of these mechanisms before, which is actually pretty intriguing. Don't worry, though. We'll go back to Dr. Patrick's point. I haven't forgotten. So, assuming polyphenols have a positive effect on outcomes like cognitive ability, how do these plant-derived molecules actually work once they get inside your brain cells? Well, according to these scientific reviews, polyphenols have many mechanisms of action, like binding to a host of different signaling proteins found within our cells. In doing so, they can either bind to the protein and inhibit it, or bind to it and excite it. Maybe proteins are ticklish. So, as one example, there's this extensive signaling cascade within your cells called, generically, the MAP kinase pathway. One MAPK protein activates another, which activates another, which activates another, and so on until they activate or repress reading of particular genes that are involved in neuronal plasticity, growth of cells, and survival of neurons. Those are brain cells. Or alternatively, it's believed to bind to the mitochondria at a site called the mitochondrial transition pore and inhibit its release of a molecule called cytochrome C. Why is that important? Because if cytochrome C is released from the mitochondrion, it causes cell death through the mitochondria-dependent apoptosis pathway. Anyway, that's two mechanisms, and I didn't go into detail because, knowing me, I'd just get us lost in the details. So we'll just leave the rest for another time. So polyphenols are believed by mechanisms and clinical data to be beneficial for our health. However, Dr. Patrick pointed out that bananas kill the polyphenols found in other foods. But is that truly the case? Well, if we open the study referenced and we open the data, we can see a control condition, which is in a capsule version of the polyphenols on the left. If the line goes up, that means that polyphenols are entering into the bloodstream. In the middle, we have the pitiful banana addition, and on the right, we have a berry smoothie with no banana addition. I suppose I don't need to really spell this out for you for too long, but Dr. Patrick is right. The banana addition eliminates the polyphenols. Why though? And are there other fruits that also have this effect? Well, as Dr. Patrick pointed out, bananas seem to be unusually high in an enzyme called polyphenol oxidase, or PPO for in short. The enzyme binds to polyphenols and degrades them, essentially. We can see that evidenced here. This is a simple experiment. They're simply mixing the smoothie with banana, and we can see the bottom condition is the control, meaning it's the condition with banana added, and the polyphenols are essentially all degraded after 30 minutes. Then the researchers added 3 different polyphenol oxidase inhibitors to the same mixture with banana, and were able to largely preserve the polyphenol content over the same time. So, does that mean that bananas should be avoided? Well, probably in your smoothie if you care about polyphenols. Probably when eating it with other fruits also. So, this likely extends beyond smoothies in all reality. That said, just like Dr. Patrick mentioned, that doesn't mean that bananas are bad for you, just that they aren't ideal for this one metric. You could easily eat bananas by themselves, cast away and excommunicated from its fellow fruits. Just be sure to wipe its tears away and comfort it. But bananas aren't the only food with these PPOs. There's also beet greens, apples, pears, beets, and peaches. Although bananas and beet greens are likely the biggest offenders, and the rest probably don't need to be separated from the rest of the fruits. All in all, is this a crisis? No, just a small consideration for those concerned about polyphenols. But if you're interested in your own health, you might be inclined to hear what's said in this shocking video. It's